The next one and final one is you want to engage in two-way conversations. So often, old media is what's ingrained inside of us. It's the pushing out, it's the pitching. But when you've got that two-way conversation, you have an intentional plan and it's purposeful. So the things that you need to do in order to achieve that on Facebook, you have to take initiative. And how you do that is you got to like 3 posts. You got to go into your business fan page and go into your news feed and see what is important to everybody else. Like 3 posts, comment on 4 posts. An example of a comment could be, thanks for sharing, nice post. But when you can add a metric behind a comment, you will actually either bring them through a sales funnel or you're going to be able to make a relationship. This is something I posted a couple of weeks ago because something came through my newsfeed that when I read it, I immediately had a repositioning of my sales presentation that I developed for a major enterprise company the very next day, and I scored the presentation. I was struggling with some negotiating, but because of the content he put in his newsfeed, I was able to close it. So then I wrote to him in his newsfeed on that specific post, I told your story in a business meeting and it helped me close the deal. Perhaps I owe you lunch. And I did. I took him to lunch and he said, you know what, Donna? I think I've got a few clients for you. That's a pretty cool way for me to network inside of my newsfeed. Friend, 3 new people. Think of 3 new people. Now that Facebook allows you to subscribe to people instead of friending them, think of 3 new people. It could be Bill Gates. It could be the president. It could be somebody big. It could be your neighbor. Somebody that you want to follow that you think will credibly add value to you as a business person, as a parent, and friend them. And regularly do that, and then also like 3 new fan pages. An example of one of our clients who did all of this is Steve Conover, a starving artist, a musician who has an incredible pitch. But unfortunately, he didn't have anywhere to actually showcase his talent. So he put himself on Facebook, did everything that I've just instructed to you, and from August all the way to now, in December, he started off with a $950 bottom line. In January, he sold $2,000 worth, and these elements are easily downloaded on iTunes, and they're just a couple of bucks. So he had a lot of engagement with people coming to his fan page, checking it out, listening to his music on Facebook, and actually going and not only downloading it, but then purchasing it and sharing it. So one of the things that he also did was, people love to be appreciated. When you go out of your way to say thank you for being a fan, and not just let them lazily come in and like your page and get the posts in the newsfeed, but when you actually say thank you so much for becoming a fan, thanks for liking my hardcore hunting music page. By doing this, you are actually making a solid, lasting impression that makes you relate to them, be repeated, and now you're going to be remembered. And then he goes on to say, here's a free song. So he's a valuable resource for you to enjoy. You can find all my music on iTunes at huntingmusic.com or the CD at huntingmusiccd.com. Thanks again. And then he attaches the CD, so now there's a free MP3 download for somebody. That's a great way for him to get them engaged and actually want to purchase the merchandise. So let's recap. I'm going to say the marketing brand, and you're going to echo with the action. The action's in black. So you first have to create a professional presence. What's the action you got to take? You got to stay top of mind. You have to be a valuable resource as a small business owner. You must integrate video because that's where people are spending their time. And finally, engage in a two-way conversation. And when you do this system, you will have a plan so that you will approach Facebook no longer as a pitch and pull back a bunch of nothing and soon to be forgotten, but you will pull back bottom line success over a short period of time. Thank you.